it was probably myself and you. It was boring ass stream. I only played like for 2 seconds and just paused it, and streamed the pause menu like for like 4 hours probably. Cause I thought you were gonna come back, but you didn't come back. Oh yeah, the attendance too. I mean, I was gonna play with you during attendance, but you never came back. I smoked a dispensary joint this morning, after classes were over, and it was like, remember we smoked some of it in a bowl. I rolled up, like, I just took all the last of it that I had like a gram and a little bit left over, and I rolled it into a joint, and then I smoked it, and it got me really high. It actually got me, like, high. Like, you know how usually I'm always... I did. Alright, I'll send you the link. You sure you don't want to watch it on your, like, PS4? Thank you. No, but you know how... Okay. Yeah, never mind, you're right. Do you see this?
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that. I'm not gonna tell you again. Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
I've seen some, like, this clip before. But it's only this clip, I didn't know enough about it. I mean, I can choose to, like, not share my voice, but I think that's fine. I know it's delayed. It's a stream.
And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
He was 11 when he died.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
You could go to the party, go to this thing in your PS4, and we could just stay in the party. No, that's not smart. Here, now it should be good. Now you won't be able to hear me, I don't think, in the stream anymore.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Never mind. There you go. Now you shouldn't be able to hear me. Fuck. Oh yeah, you are right. Sorry. Wow, all these secret passages in the house.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Is this the basement? I don't think so.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
This is
The last
Edie's
time I
room.
was in Edith Senior's room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
We were in here earlier. We could explore these. Like, we could look into people's before going into the room.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. That's crazy.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Orange and blue.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Bigfoot. This music is like ominous. So we're gonna find out how Barbara died. Happy birthday, Barbara. This looks old and moldy. Gross. Why are there cigarettes here? What the fuck? Barbara doesn't. Barbara
I never
smokes?
thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
These are definitely cigarettes. She was 16 when she died.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it the surprise ending of Finch.
With another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it the surprise ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
What?
But in
That's
a
kind of
lucky
mean.
break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Table saw. I think I saw a table saw earlier.
Got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing...
Who else is in this stream? 2 viewers.
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secrets.
Say hi in the chat, guys.
There's a key hidden in the music box.
There's a key hidden in the music
Keep
box.
winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Oh,
Thanks, man. I'll
wow.
be back in a sec.
20 minutes later,
That's the key to the basement.
hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
I can fucking swing this shit. Bitch. Yeah. What the fuck is that?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh, that's the saw where he cut himself. The table saw.
The old fridge rattled and grew stale.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh, I just hit him in the face.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh god. Are you enjoying this so far? Is it like laggy? Did YouTube download yet? This is the library. Walter Finch. This is Walter's room.
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
No way.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
We getting out of here.
She played her part beautifully.
How does Edith not know about the tunnels if this comic book existed?
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly Door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
He's in the closet.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
2 guys?
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
The scream?
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. They took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh my god. Thoughts on that?
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Look at those stars. To-do list.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
I thought this was the saw that he cut himself on. Like, look at this big ass saw. It has like art on it and stuff. Let me turn the brightness up. Maybe a little too high. I want the ear though. I want to see the ear. Bitch, go back down. She's not going back down. The music is gonna stay on purpose. Okay. I wanted to see if I went down the stairs and came back up, it would go down, but no. Oh, they would do art on these like wood.
Mom said the basement was
Cutouts.
off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Tetanus shot.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Wow. I'm about to learn about Walter. Walter lived a pretty long life. 57 years old.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Earthquakes, maybe.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Oh my god, I
Having
think
a
this is the
schedule,
story.
living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
January
But if you
1976.
wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
2005.
stopped.
This is the year he died.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone.
The music is different now.
Maybe it got tired.
It's not upbeat anymore.
Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Peaches? Canned peaches.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
My god. All these books, man. Such a beautiful house. Like all these books, man, like they just scream knowledge to me, you know? Like you could just go anywhere and pick up any of these books, you know? Like why is this book all the way hidden down here? I want to read it, you know, just because it's all the way hidden down here. It's got to be important if it's down here, you know? That's how I feel about it. It's the feeling it gives off. Whatever killed Barbara.
Molly.
I think Barbara was killed by her boyfriend. Molly. Calvin. Molly's the little girl. That's the one that turned into the cat. How did she die again? Wasn't it like she got eaten by a monster, right? When she turned into the monster? Yeah, remember we turned into a monster and I was eating all those people on the ship? You don't remember? Or did you like not see it? Calvin. Who's Calvin again? Oh yeah, the swing guy. Sledgehammer.
Maybe this is all a mistake.
He's old though. What is he doing?
But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Not right now.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Wow.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
She never even knew Walter was down here.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
How bad is it? Your arm, how bad is your
Maybe
arm?
she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
What
I
else
can
did
only
you tell me
imagine
about?
what else she was hiding.
Yeah. Another game?
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Her mother was hiding stuff from her.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Why was Walter?
Now that
Why did
there's only
Walter
one of
stay
us
down
left,
below, beneath the house
or
though?
maybe two. I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
Oh my
I
god.
believed so much in a family curse. We made it real.
That's like his grave. It's his grave. Oh my god, that was beautifully done. Oh yeah, I heard the pink moon, right?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Does it really look pink? Let me see. No. I can't. I can't. What are you thinking of the game? What do you think of the story? Interesting? Really? How so? Everybody's gone to. Everybody's gone to Rapture. That sounds like Bioshock. That's a phrase in Bioshock. Have you played the Bioshock games?
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Oh my god, you heard her? Because apparently, like, she's the last surviving Finch. We should play Everybody's Gone to Rapture after this.
But I thought you should know about your family.
I'll figure it out.
And the history you're a part of.
Yeah. Then we'll check it out. my god. I heard the first vaccine, the first dose is not that bad compared to the second one. So what's going home about?
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
The people in these stories believe them, for what that's worth. I mean, what do you think the stories mean? Yeah, that sounds interesting. So what's a concept that's been explored before, or what came out first? This game or Gone Home? Yeah, it's like the same genre, same type of game. Yeah, it's cool. I've never seen this like done. You know, I saw videos on this game like here and there, like talking about certain themes in the game. You know, because that's how like what I watch lately. And you know, it piqued my interest because you know the theme was like death here. So like, what do you think the stories mean? You know, like obviously like these people probably didn't actually die this way. I feel like there is a logical explanation for the cause of some of their deaths. Like definitely Molly, the 16-year-old girl that screamed. Like I think her boyfriend killed her. Oh, Barbara, you're right. Sorry. But yeah, I think definitely I felt like Barbara got killed by her boyfriend, and then I felt like Molly, she died because she probably ate something she wasn't supposed to and choked on it in her sleep. That's what I think. I mean, the swinging kid, you know, that one was a little
Look at the house.
out there.
That history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible.
It's so cool, like, you have to pull back with the controller, with the joystick to do that. There's a statue I saw earlier. It was on the other side of this peephole.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Are you watching this? Oh my god, a frog. What's the frog's name? Bob, Shadow, Christopher, Oliver, Shatsy. That's a funny name. Shatsy. We should name one of our cats that. Bailey, Zoe, Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, Derpy Jr., Lucy, Daisy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, and Zoe.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
What? Yeah. Molly Finch, born December 11th, 1937, died December 13th, 1947. Wow, 2 days after her birthday. Her 10th birthday. Calvin Finch. Wait, Molly Finch. This is not the cat. This is Molly. This is, remember, the little girl? Calvin, that's the little boy. I know, I'm saying that for myself, because, like, I thought that was the cat. I got confused. I know you didn't get confused, but I got confused. So I needed to reassure myself. Sven Finch. Edie Finch. Wow. This is a beautiful grave. Hub. Knit. FDEC. I don't know what that's. Walter Finch. You see the little statue? Barbara Finch. She wanted to be a star.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Odin's the guy in the beginning. He got hit by the sea.
Poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh, that's what that was earlier though. I was kept looking at. It was the ship. It was a telescope.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Wow. Oh, the monument. He's standing on his house.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Sam Finch.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Her brothers, Gregory Finch, Gus Finch. He was only 1 year old. He was a baby. Gregory. Where's Gregory? Yeah, Gregory, you see he's right there. We haven't gotten to him yet. Milton Finch. What's that? Did we do Milton yet? We did not. It doesn't say when he died in the
She
gravestone, but he
lost
died
two
in
of her
2003.
brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks this is
Yeah,
what
they
she
do.
wanted all along.
Yeah, they think they have like a
For me to
family
come
curse,
back
or like that they're
someday.
cursed or whatever.
And find everything out for myself.
And like Edith, like kind of like didn't want to ever feed into it until she like all her family members died, I guess, because apparently she's like the last one or like second to last one that's alive, and now she wants to see all these stories for herself.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
No
I
way.
never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
That's why her belly looks like that. She's 22 weeks pregnant. How many months is that? So halfway there, so 4.5 months. Yeah. I was wondering why she looked. I was like, she looks a little fat, like, but I didn't say anything. I didn't know she was pregnant until right now. But she looked a little, like, her belly looked a little big. You know, like, and it was, like, peculiar.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Pretty intense. Oh, look at this gun. I want to open that shit. I want that gun. Sam. He lived to be 33.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Why is his bed leg open like that?
For real. Look at this tiger. Or cat, I mean. K. Finch. Airline ticket. Let's figure out what Sam's story is about.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
You're so right about
Perfect.
that.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
I'm taking a picture of the car.
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Oh,
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
I'm confused. Or am I supposed to be taking a picture of
Not
her?
have drunk all that coffee. Nothing quite like being outside.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dom. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else studied?
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on the target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
When I took the picture, she shot it. Wow. She's crying.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Oh wait, no, I have to get up there. Get me up there, get me up there.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Okay, so see that? Alright, go.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
What?
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Wow.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Wow, what do you think of that one? I know, right? Wait, I just connected the dots. She was like, since I'm the last one left. She was like, since I'm the last one left, well, two of us. And I didn't know what she meant by that. But then she said she was 22 weeks pregnant. Yeah, I connected it now. Did you know that? Damn, I didn't even know that. Catch that until now. I don't know, I just got a Sprite because I'm thirsty. to eat.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh, Gregory. The baby.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Hold up.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Hold up.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Wait a minute. I'm like controlling the duck.
Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Kevin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw, it sure made him happy.
How much is the delay, do you think?
I know how silly it sounds. But I remember that baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Is he drowned in the bathtub?
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
He's feeling right now, do you know that? That's what I think that's what she said. He's feeling right now, do you know that? She said, what do you
I wish he
mean?
could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy.
Don't go to the light!
And he
Don't go to the light!
would be happy too.
Don't go to the light. No, go up.
Good luck.
Oh my god.
Love, Sam.
Wow, that was so symbolic. Because of a negligent mother. I think it was in the note. I'm not sure. But like you heard the other guy, he was like, if I hadn't called that night, you know, like the other guy. I think they were talking about grades or something. She said, you know, he's failing, right? Something like that.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Make this a crime.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Wow.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Struck by lightning. That's how he dies. My prediction. The lightning strikes the kite and then it hits him. That's how he dies. My prediction.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh, I was wrong, I think.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you. She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh, those are my mom's brothers.
Yeah. You're right. Not the rock climbing wall.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Fly to India. Edith Finch. College. That are doing Don't forget visa application, background, interracial, something like that. India, the Republic of India. History, math, science, religion.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Scientific method: observe, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. Man, I gotta remember that. I don't even remember that shit, man. Yeah? 2? Just... Okay.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Now we're gonna learn about Milton. Are you ready for this?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
What?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
How did he die? I don't get it. I'm confused. Do you get it?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Whatever Milton had found in the house.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis.
A closer look. An achievement. Look at all the people in telescopes long enough to hear Edith's commentary.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
He was getting baked. And he had a hookah too. And he would play video games and drink.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
It's actually kind of cute. Legalize marijuana. Of course you would like this part. Ugh. You only think it's cool because he smokes weed. And he had a PC and another bowl. What is that? You see that? What other games did he have? Oliver Twist. Trust Me.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an
Oh my god, this is the one. This is the one.
As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh my god, I'm controlling it with my left joystick.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Huh.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Pay attention.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said...
Hold on, someone's commenting. Who is commenting in the chat? Professor Fond, you gonna be a king, chomp chomp cream. Ah, yes.
Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless,
Thank you.
focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
This is like the best part of the game, that's why I'm getting a whole bunch of viewers right now.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Toby.
Even though I'm only getting like 2 more viewers.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Yeah, there's 3.
Musicians.
Look at how his imagination is expanding. Now it has music, you know?
He talked about starting a
It's
band.
getting more complex.
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But
Tell
his
me what they're
chopping was as
commenting.
reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Might be the worst part.
Election for mayor.
Interesting. What did they say? No, there's another comment.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St.
I
Louis.
saw like a video about this part of the game.
He started drifting away from our reality.
Oh my god, I'm gonna hit that. I saw a video on this part of the game, so that's why I bought this game. Like it was like a Jacob Geller video.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the
yeah,
cannery.
that's why I bought it.
Even
He
as
was
his
talking
mother
about this
pleaded with
level.
him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In
What else
Louisville,
did they say?
he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen or beautiful prince? Handsome queen. Handsome queen.
handsome queen.
Ooh, shit.
The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
So now I'm like making my own story. That's like how more complex that his thing is getting.
He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar. Guitar.
electric sitar.
There's another comment. Handsome Queen weird. Because I chose the Handsome Queen.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
When I chose the Handsome Queen, when I was
Even
sailing.
then, his logic remained sound.
Oh my god, now like
He knew the world
the thing
was
is
all in his
disappearing.
imagination.
What?
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
It just saved.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh, he's back at work? Okay. Maybe he's going to his locker. Maybe his day is over. His shift is over. Oh, this is definitely his locker. Look at this game thing. His wallet, keys, his bowl in his locker at work. Yo. Marijuana. Legalized marijuana. He said, this might be the worst part. I just played this and I am haunted. Saw you streaming on the Handsome Queen has a beard. At this point, you know how it ends. The game is more conflicting than The Last of Us 2. Really? The Last of Us Part 2? I mean, honestly,
the world we know.
I really liked The Last of Us Part 2. Like, I was kind of like, okay. More okay. Like, I was more accepting of the ending.
It pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Like, sooner than other people. I think than most other people felt. Like, I was happy with the game. Especially when I played it on Grounded.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
This is Lewis. He's not even doing it.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Now, like, there's not even, I'm not even doing the fish game anymore.
Insisted on advising me.
I mean, I haven't even gone through this game yet. Like, I haven't even, so I don't know how conflicting it is. But The Last of Us Part 2 was pretty conflicting, I would say, so. Like, I still have conflicting thoughts about it, like, was that really the best way to go about it?
His queen waited, holding his crown.
I mean, ultimately, like, The Last of Us Part 2 was super conflicting because they were trying to push,
there was
like,
only one thing left to do.
My choiceless choice on the player.
Bend down his head.
What? I'm gonna kill myself? I'm gonna put the crown on my head? Oh my god.
I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
I did too. I still tried to change both Ellie v Abby fights. I don't want to die. What do you think about that one? Just okay.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
I don't know, I'm so young I can't even think about that, but...
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Edith, Mom.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Oh man. Who's next? Who's next?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Are we finally gonna figure out what they've been talking about that last night? They've been hinting about that last night at the house for like mad long. Remember like in the beginning when we saw like the table?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Edith, you're excused. Let's go see what my present is.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Can you hear yourself in the stream?
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The curse, she's talking about the curse.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
She thinks that the curse is the source of the stories.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
So the stories are the curse? Is it?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Wow. Because we just saw it like that when we were walking earlier. The first and last time. Because she died, I mean, right? I mean, all of them died. But Edie is old. I mean, what does that say about her? You know, she has the most knowledge about the curse. She probably believes in the curse the most. You know?
God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
It's a starfish. It's probably where the little girl got the starfish to cut it. On the shore.
But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Wait, it was low enough that you could go walk all the way to it?
Fog rolled in. I lost my way.
Yeah, Edie had a good run though. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking, you know?
I got turned around.
Edie seems like kind of a badass to me. I got turned around, she said.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Wow.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Oh, this is from the house.
A lot of things came back to me.
Oh.
Or maybe
a door.
I came back to them.
A gnome.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here? It's mine.
What?
Edith. Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
What are these words?
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Jacob told me what he wants for his birthday. He said a hoodie would sound nice. Because I asked him, like, tell me what you want from your birthday.
She got better for a while. And then she didn't.
Dawn Finch.
And then I was alone.
That's her mom.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Her child.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
What is she going to tell her
Maybe
child?
we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
What?
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Is that a vagina?
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Okay, so this is like if she dies, basically. She's writing this because she knows, like, the thing is, she's gonna die.
This is where your story begins.
You bought it? Respect.
I'm sorry,
This
I
is
won't
a
be
PS
there
Plus
to
for
see
me.
it.
Enjoyable. Yeah, I did buy it. It
It's
was
a
on
lot to
sale. It was
ask.
like 60% off.
But I don't want you to be
It was like
sad.
only like $8, I
I
think,
want
something
you
like
to
that.
be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
The spring sale. Damn, when was it on PS Plus, for PS Plus? That's her child. Edith Finch died? What? What the fuck? You saw that? Oh my god. Your age or so. Dark as fuck. Oh my god. The curse is real. I think the curse is real because she died right after she learned about all the stories, you know? And if the kid is reading that, then it means he's gonna die too. I mean, that's the conclusion that I'm drawing right now. And that's why she said, I hope you never read this. Because she thinks she is gonna die. And she was right. Oh my god. What killed Walter? I don't know. Wait. Which one was Walter again? Who was Walter? Walter was... I'm confused on what killed Walter, right? I don't know, because, like, he was in the bunker, right? And, I think there was, like, earthquakes or whatever, like, it were rattling, I don't know. He would eat the peaches or whatever over years. And then he got out of the bunker, and he went through the tunnel, and he went out to the light. And he just, like, looked out. I don't know exactly what it meant. But when I remember when I walked out there, I saw his grave right there, and I'm not sure. Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe he had a condition or something, you know? What I think killed Molly or Barbara? I think Barbara was killed by her boyfriend. Genuinely, I think Barbara was killed by her boyfriend. That's my genuine conclusion. I don't think she was killed by monsters. I think, like, you know, the story that she was killed by monsters, like, makes her legacy live on more, because she wanted to live on, like, she wanted to not be forgotten, you know? And so, like, the Finches, they did that by creating that elaborate ass story. And Molly, I think she died because she ate like something she wasn't supposed to. She started eating like those plastic balls from like the plant or whatever. She started eating a whole bunch of shit, you know, the toothpaste, all that stuff. I think she ate something she wasn't supposed to and choked on it in her sleep and died. That's what my theory is. Those are my theories. My first playthrough. Replay a story. I want to watch these credits. What do you think? The Salt Lake. You got those. I think those are, like, for sure, I think I have a lot of, like, enough evidence to back those up, you know? Especially, like, with the boyfriend one, because even the cop, they said that the cops thought that the boyfriend killed her because the boyfriend disappeared that night, too. And, you know, the boyfriend did scare her. I mean, it does sound like some serial killer shit, you know, like some horror movie shit, where the boyfriend kills the girlfriend and is actually a serial killer. It's, like, not unheard of. But I don't know how other people died. Like, I'm confused on how Milton died. Don't know how Milton died. Those are sound theories. Yeah, I think those are, and I made those up. Like, I didn't even see, like, a video, like, with those theories. Like, I just made them up, you know. Thank you for validating my theories, or for appreciating them. Walter and Embosion. What's Embosion? I don't know what I have to look that up. / stroke. Walter. Oh, maybe a stroke. I mean, he was old, right? What was he like? 67, right? No, 63. 63. Milton just disappeared. Oh, yeah, Milton did disappear. Right, he was the one who was in the paintings in the lighthouse, right? And I think she said that the mother was looking for looking for Milton for a while, and eventually she sealed up the doors. Damn. Milton could be alive. Oh, and Bolton is blood clot. I mean, I think maybe Walter, maybe he could have had like a heart attack or something when he saw like the light, when he saw the sun for the first time, because like he said that he didn't care if it was like he had a year left, a week left, or a month left or whatever, and he went out in the light, and when he went out in the light, that's when it ended. And I feel like that's symbolic of going into the light when you're dying, you know, because that was the same thing with the baby. I remember when I was swimming in the bathtub and the water went up to the top, I was able to swim and I could look up, and I wanted to swim up to get out of the water, but then it made me look down into the drain, and it was like in the drain there was a whole bunch of light. It was a bright light, and I was like, oh my god, no, don't go into the light, you know, like everybody knows that when you're dying, like, you know, don't go into the light. So I think maybe that's how he died. Maybe you're right. I think maybe he had like a stroke, heart attack, something like that. Maybe he was old. I mean, because he was like in that bunker for so long. He probably like hasn't seen the sun for like years, and you know, it was probably like raised his blood pressure, maybe got him excited, maybe he got really happy, maybe you know, I think you're right about that. He did look old. Damn. And when did Edith die? I didn't catch that on the grave. So playful yet so dark. I was shocked. Oh my god, it is so playful. It's like so like cute. How you can just like the controls are so simple yet like so like commanding, you know, like it's almost like a VR type of thing, you know, like when playing VR, like you're more intimate with the objects in the game, like the light switches or like the music box, you know. I felt like the music box was really intimate, like because I had to spin it, and I pressed R2, and then it didn't do anything. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I had to spin it, and I was like, oh, you know, it hit me. That Gregory is the worst thing in the game. Oh my god, for real. The way Gregory died, yeah, that was just terrible. Molly dying with the monster, I feel like that was just like literally her nightmare, you know? Probably waking up in the middle of the night. She could have probably woken up from choking. I mean, I think it works. Yeah, it was a good game. It was worth my $8. I definitely do not regret it. But wow, replay a story. You can replay these stories. Oh, Dawn. Which was Dawn? Oh, that's so cool. You can replay them. Which one was Dawn again? Yo, thanks for watching, Professor Fond. I felt high as fuck during the Molly. Which one was Molly again? Oh yeah, that one was crazy. I was literally high as fuck when I was doing the Molly one. So that one was crazy. Oh, Dawn is Edith's mom. Right. The helpless shark hit me. Yo, for real, man. As it was going down the hill, and then you could control it, like the top and the bottom of it.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together."
Like, when at first, when I was damn, I just did this one. I don't want to do this one. I literally just did it. Whatchamacallit, I got mad. I thought that Molly was gonna die. Like at first, because I knew she was gonna die, right? I thought at first she was gonna die when she opened the window. I thought she was gonna fall out the window and just die and fall out. I thought that that's how she was gonna die. And maybe that is how she died. Maybe that's another possibility now that I think about it. But she did wake up in the bed. I feel like the choking one maybe is a little bit more of a stretch, but it doesn't sound like too much of a stretch for, you know, a child choking in their sleep. It happens, you know. But maybe she fell out the window. But I'm not sure because she wasn't big enough to get out the window because it was locked. It was chained. But when she turned into a cat, she fit, you know. That was like her imagination though, because I feel like she's a child, so obviously her imagination runs wild. The journal exists? What do you mean? Therefore she did. Oh. The journal exists, therefore she did die? What remains of Edith Finch? Oh, this is the last... I didn't do this one yet. Or did I? No, wait, this is the beginning of the game?
a lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that.
Oh,
I'm
no,
just
no,
gonna
no,
start
no.
at the beginning with the house.
Oh, no, this is how the game starts. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. This is how the game starts.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Okay, so when you replay Edith, you like do the whole thing again, basically, and then this is where you can just choose any of the ones that you want. But yeah, so the journal is just therefore she did die. So how did Edith die? Do we know? Do you know? I don't know. I didn't catch it at the end. I don't think I was paying attention. Gianna, do you know? Yeah, I'm up, bro. Good times. Birth complication. Oh. Alright, peace out, man. Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for helping me piece together these theories. Peace out, yo. Birth complication. That does make sense. Yeah, that does make sense. That does make sense. Molly has a trophy for catching owls. Yeah, dude, good night. Molly has a trophy for catching owls. Oh. She was an owl earlier. Peace out.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
I wonder. Are these the rabbits? Rabbit, duck, and cat.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Hello? But why aren't you talking if you're watching? I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
What did you think about that? I had a viewer, and he was interacting in the comments. Right? See, I am a YouTuber. And you used to be a YouTuber, so maybe we could put our YouTubing skills together, because we come from different types of YouTube content creation. Right? Right? Oh, what? Now you're acting like it's cringy? Don't you dare act like it's cringy.
I ate a lot of things that night. I kept eating and eating. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to
Now I can do this much faster.
I was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Or you could completely miss this if you don't even look at it.
got her. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Do you want to try any of the stories?
Nibbling in the grass.
But what do you think of the game now that it's over?
Rabbits.
Like, what do you take away from it?
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
Can I send you a video? It's 9 minutes long. It's a video I watched. It's about Edith Finch. It's the title is How Edith Finch Handles Death. Well, I mean, I sent it to you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna watch it. Yes. Because I was just like scouring the internet, like in one of those like binging nights of like looking for themes in video games, videos about themes in video games, and I came across this one, and I was like, well, it's a bite-sized video, it's only 9 minutes long, so why not? Even though I haven't played the game, it still can be interesting to watch, and it was interesting to watch, and I think it's going to be even more interesting to watch for you because we just finished the game.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. Tasted really good. I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes...
Alright, so I'm gonna stop the stream.